That's the way to start a morning right there. Looks like the fire is puppy approved. So every year as an Alaska resident, we get our share of a natural resource check, basically. And it's called the PFD. It's a permanent fund dividend. So it's our dividend that's paid to us for the performance of the fund that this money's invested in. And this year, I went in with my neighbor Todd and bought 2 more of these 300 amp hour Vatrer batteries. So right now, when I did the original test, I could run the refrigerator for 9 days. So I'm just going to say that I could run the refrigeration. I could run all my electrical in here for 7.5 days with the current battery power that I have. With these 2 batteries, I'm doubling that, which means that I'll be able to run the entire cabin for 15 days without having to put any charge whatsoever onto the system. And these are the same 300 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries. They are 300 amp hours, 3,840 watt hours, maximum charge current of 200 amps, maximum discharge current of 200 amps. And I am super satisfied with these batteries. These Vatrer batteries have just been incredible since day one. But I'm going to get these charged up. I need to charge them, and then they need to kind of sit for 24 hours hooked up together, and they'll balance themselves out after I get them fully charged. And I have new breakers coming tomorrow, new cables coming tomorrow. They're supposed to be here tomorrow. I ordered them from Amazon. So I'm going to get these, I'm going to get the generator fired up, and I'm going to use the generator to top these off, this one and the other one down below. And then, yeah, we'll be rocking and rolling. It'll be basically a half a month's worth of power storage here, which is just absolutely phenomenal. It's going to allow me to operate a lot more stuff around here too. Not that I really need to yet, but I have plans down the road of a stand-up freezer that's going to go into the storage room. So I'm going to run electrical out there. I want to run some lights out there. I want to run some more lights in here because it's way too dark in here during the winter. And this will, this upgrade will allow me to run pretty much anything I want. Anything except for 220. And the only reason why I can't run 220 off of this is because my inverter won't run 220 yet. So as these batteries arrive with like a 52% state of charge, I could, and Todd did, connect 2 batteries together and then connect the charger so that I charge them both at the same time, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to charge them one at a time because I have them set up in my phone by battery number. So battery number 1 and battery number 2 are the original 2 that are set up, and I want to set up, this one is battery number 3, and then the next one is battery number 4. And then that way when I look at the app to see how every battery is performing, I'll know exactly which battery I'm talking about. So I need to make sure I mark this battery so that I know which one is which. So I'll go ahead and mark the top of the case on this. This will be battery 3. The generator's running. The battery is charging. The charger just kicked on. There we go. Back here. I think I remember how to do this. Alright, so we'll check. Let's add both of them. Two. Those are both at 100%. Okay, this is taking 78.15 amps right now. So it's going to take about 2 hours to charge, and it's at 51%. So let's see if I can name this battery number 3 or not right now. All right, so it's like 1:20. I just got home, fired up the generator. This one's already at 100%, and right now this one is charging up. This is battery 4. It's at 58%. It's getting 77, almost 78 amps off the charger, and it's going to be about an hour and a half. So I'm going to head outside and I'm going to start moving stuff into the woodshed. And with that, I'm going to fill up the wood box outside and start getting the wood piles all cleaned up too. So a lot of this is going to be just to music because I got the generator running and it's just too noisy out there. Nice and easy. That is nice and easy. Just like me. Good and easy. I'm just going to let these set for 24 hours. And this will allow them to talk to each other, kind of balance out. I did this with the first batteries that I got, and I haven't really had any issues with it, so I'm just going to keep doing it whether it's necessary or not. From what I understand it is, so that's how I'm going to treat it. Awesome. So, positive to positive, negative to negative, and we're cooking dinner right now. I'm making some chicken. I'm making me some Bisquick chicken. Like I said, those will sit together for 24 hours, and then I'll put them up on the rack. I think for security's sake, I might put a board right here so it can't come off this way. It can't come off the front or the back the way that it's set up. These things weigh 60 plus pounds. Okay. All right, Boogie. Come on, baby. Get up here. Nice. So I ended up moving this charge controller over to here. I moved this over, so if everything works right, I'm not going to have to move these boxes. I should be fine, right? That'll be perfect. I'm still going to do some more changes here, and I'll show you what I'm going to be adding. I could probably put this on right now. So this is going to mount to the battery. And the reason it's mounting to the battery now is because that way I can isolate the sets of batteries and I can remove the one that I have down here. It's supposed to be connected to this one. There we go. Let me answer these. Those are 300 amp. I thought I had 200 amp connectors. I do. These are Marine 200 amp fuses. That's going to go here, actually. So this will go here. I think. I got to read, I got to look at the picture Todd sent me of his, so I can see where he's got the fuses hooked up on his system. So basically it's going to be fuse, switch, line going right into the bus bars, and then I'll be able to turn off the power at the batteries rather than turning off the power down here. So I don't have to add a separate switch down here. And then I can clean up extra line that I have and extra stuff that I have going on down here. I think that'll make a big difference. It'll make it a lot easier to use. So, oh, cool. I was looking for that. Recording might get a little more complicated over the next week or two, or the rest of my life, until I figure this situation out. This is Molly. She found my flip-flops. She's half Rottweiler and half Australian Shepherd. Her mom was a purebred Australian Shepherd, and her dad was a pureblooded Rottweiler. I'm hoping she gets the Aussie temperament, although Rottweilers are freaking awesome dogs too. But yeah, I got a puppy. Hey, are you tearing up my my flip-flop? That's mine. Give it back. Give it back, you little troublemaker. Wait, where are you going? I will get it. I have been without a dog for entirely too long. Alright, I got some stuff to do today. I got a fire going, got to warm the place up, and then the sun's starting to come up, and we'll take Molly outside and let her explore the property a bit. Hello. Short on the red cable here, little girl. Hello. Maybe clean this place up too. Oh, goodness. Well, if this is going to reach more, I'm not worried about the black, I'm about the red. Just going to go to the dumps today. Hello. Work. What? 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 Oh my God. Go to the other side. Where you at, little girl? Hello. There we go. I got plenty. You know, hide underneath there? Don't chew on the wires, okay? Okay, that way I know where you're at. There he goes. It's not a project if I don't have extra pieces when I'm done. Okay, this is about as far as that can go anyway. Alright, everything's connected. So I'm going to turn on the new bank first and we'll see how that works. There's the new bank. So now it's running off of these two batteries. Alright, there's the old bank. So now it's running off of all four batteries. And then there's the solar panels connected back in. The whole system is now done. I know it's a short video this week, but, you know, life changes. Got the puppy. We'll get back and do some more later on. I moved, so just to recap everything that I did here, I moved this solar controller. Basically, I moved the controller that was here to here, and then I moved the controller that was here to here so I can get the batteries in. I replaced the main on-off switch that I had going into the entire system with separate on-off switches for the battery pairs. So this is a pair with its own on-off switch. This is a pair with its own on-off switch. So that's all set up. I also took the positive off of this battery into the bus bar and the negative off of this battery into the bus bar. And I did the same thing down below. So I did the positive off of this battery into the bus bar and the negative off the bottom battery into the bus bar. And I'm hoping by doing that, I probably should have done that in the beginning. I'm still really new at this. I'm hoping that I'm going to get a more even draw from the batteries by having to pull the current through the entire battery. You know, we'll see what happens with these systems. In all honesty, if you're going to have 4 batteries in your system, you should buy all 4 batteries at once. You should put them all into service at once. These batteries down below have just over 40 cycles, which means they've been discharged and fully charged 40 times. These 2 batteries have 1 cycle, and they're good for 5,000 cycles. So they're good for a long time, and I figured doing this now was definitely worth it. And I wasn't going to play any games again this time, so I just went with Vatrer batteries. I love these Vatrer 300 amp hour batteries. So I went from 600 amp hours that would last me when we did the refrigeration test. To begin with, I ran it from start to total depletion of the batteries, and it ran for 9 days. So I'm going to call it, let's call it 7.5 days of battery power without having to worry about firing up a generator or whether or not I get any solar. So by adding these second 2 Vatrer batteries, I'm now at 15 days or half a month with my current setup for electrical usage, where I don't have to run a battery or a generator. And if I'm not getting a solar charge, it'll be maybe running a generator twice a month at most. I won't let it get that low. Just so you know, I will definitely run these. I'll run the generator probably once a week to make sure I get everything topped off, but that'll do it for this video. We'll just keep an eye on the system and make sure everything works right. I'm Sean in Alaska. Have a great week, folks. I gotta clean all this up. Uh-oh, where'd my puppy go? She's sleeping on her blanket.